Hi everybody, this is Tina with Riaz Designs. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm here for some more jewelry for your journal, and this time I'm going to do tassels, and this is boho style or boho gypsy style because I'm making some journals like that, but you can adapt this to any type of journal that you want. I mean, whatever the theme, you can just change it up, put different colors in it. There's different things, but the premise is all pretty much the same. And I personally like this way I'm doing it now. I've done tassel videos before, and this is my favorite way of making a tassel. And it's probably the easiest way. That's probably why it's my favorite, and it doesn't require a whole lot. So anyway, let's get right to it, okay? First off, I am making some pretty kind of elaborate boho gypsy style tassels. And if you've seen in my playlist my boho gypsy journals, you'll see why it's so kind of elaborate. And then just know that you can, you know, go up or down as far as what you want to add to your tassel. I am going to use, this is something that you can buy. I bought these off Amazon ages ago. I could not find the link, but this is really for like putting a necklace. This is like a little deal that goes in there and you put it through there. And I bought these to use for to make tassels, okay, because I like how they look, and they have the little thing right here to put your bulb pin in, because that's what I attach it to later. So I like to use these, and you know, they're not that expensive, but if you don't want to use that, oh, and here, and I have some silver ones, kind of the same thing. They're a little smaller, but they work. I've used these before. Let's see if I have one out so I can show you. It's pretty much the same thing. And you can get this in, I'm going to just open it like this because it's driving me crazy. It is pretty much the same thing. It's smaller, but it has the little opening there to attach your... when I get done with my tassel, I like to use a bulb pin, and I bought these in bulk on Amazon also, and this way I can attach my tassel to my journal. Most of the time, I take one of these clips that I also bought in bulk, okay, because I use them a lot, and I just usually just put this on the end of the journal and just clip it on the back. And to me, that's the easiest way to take it on and off. And it's, you know, it's a removable tassel. That's usually what I end up doing. So, but you could just pin it on with this bulb pin if you wanted to. But anyway, this is what I do. And that's why having this little thingy right there to dangle is a good thing, but that's not always necessary. You can use, this is just I don't know what you call these. This is for, you know, like a thing that key ring holder right here, and these are super cheap. I think you can even get those in the dollar store, and you can still very easily put, you know, the bulb pin on that if you want to, right? And still hang it with that, and it would work the same, okay? And these are little tiny, these are rings that you can buy in bulk. Now this one is plastic. It looks like it's silver, but this would work just fine, okay? And you can easily get those at Hobby Lobby, Michael's, whatever. They come in different sizes. And then lastly, you can use one of these clasps, that you can even buy these at the dollar store. And the cool thing about that is that this is a way for you to put the tassel on and off. You could leave you could leave this on your journal, and then if you had this just sitting on your journal, you could take your tassel on and off just by going like that and then putting it on there like that. So it would work. I'm not closing. This one's really not in good shape, but that's how it would work. Okay. So there's lots of ways that you can do this, but ultimately you just need something round like this. So, you know, and that's what we're going to put our ribbons through. Okay. And it may seem like when we're doing this isn't big enough, but it's more than big enough, because in fact this little silver one would work too. Okay. All right, so you want to just pick whatever kind of things that you're going to want in your tassel. I have just tons and tons and tons of this sari silk that I bought, and I think this is 2 of them. There's 2 different ones, and I am going to use some of this because I love this. I love this fraying kind of action on here, and I probably you need to make it however long you want it to. Let's say you want your tassel to be like 6 inches or whatever. You need to make it an inch or more, the ribbons an inch or more bigger, a little bit longer than that, because you will be cutting some off and trimming it, and depending upon the look, you may or may not want to here, let me pull this separate so I don't have both of them to work with. You may or may not want to have them all even, depending upon the look you want. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead. Here's one piece right here. It's probably too long. I am going to make these probably I would say right about 12 inches, just so, if you can see that, right around 12 inches, because once I go in half, you know, well, I might make them longer than that. I might make it about 14 inches, I think. So, and that gives it, because I want this to be kind of long, not super long, but, you know, I'm going to do this in half, I think would be good. How long is that? Okay, so that is probably another inch. So that's about 13 inches. Yeah, I think it needs to be about 14 inches. So we're going to do an go here. And this is my, and I only measure the first piece, okay? So this is 14 inches right here. Okay, and then after that, and then of course you can always use this for other things. So you want to take your ribbon, the first one that you've measured, and pretty much just start getting stuff that you think will look good. Like I have all these different colors up here, so I'm pulling from here. And the way this stuff works is it doesn't really, it's kind of sewn together, so you're not going to always get the same. Let me do that. And this is an approximate. It doesn't have to be perfect. I don't know how many of these I'm going to put in there, but I do know I want a few. And mainly because of the beautiful bright colors. I just figure, you know, I couldn't even possibly get a ribbon that is that. And this is probably a little bit too short. And then, and I don't care if it's exact, because that's not really kind of what I'm looking for. So, okay, and let's see, I got a lot of reddish tones in here. So I got the one green. I think probably, oh, something kind of yellow would be good. I don't have a lot of that, but let me see what I got here. let's see. It's a little long. So I am probably going to go, I think the pink one's a little long too. That's okay. Better long than shorter than you need it, because honestly, you're going to cut all these off and even it all out later. And I think that's enough of those. I'm not going to put any more of that in there. All right, so that's enough of those. And then I always like to add, let me move all this stuff out, lace and things like that. So, let me see here. I like to add a little black for drama. So I'm going to put some black in there. Okay, let's see. And I'm kind of going for the kind of more dramatic, darker colors. So I'm going to go for that. And I think some always can have some of this, right? Okay. And the one thing I always do is I try and add a little bit of lace, or I mean a little bit of white or off-white or whatever, just because I do think that that adds a little bit to it. And am I going to do the same? Yeah, I guess I'll do a couple the same. And then I have this white over here. Now it bothers me because I think it's a little bit too white, but I think I'll be okay. Maybe put a couple of those in there. All right. And then I'm going to put a few ribbons in there. I do have a few over here. It's getting pretty big. Okay, I think, what color? Maybe a purple. I have turquoise. I have that. I'm trying to think of what is not represented in here. Maybe this gold would be cool. I don't know. I think another turquoise would look good. Let me see if this one looks okay. Get that rubber band off of there. Yeah, I think that would be all right. And I think we have enough purple. I don't know if I'm going to add another purple. Got red and pink. I do want to add more. I don't want to just, I don't know if I go that purple, or do I want to go the lighter purple? Maybe this pink. I don't know about the pink. Maybe we'll go this color, just to kind of break it up a little bit. And I like the different bright colors in it, and that's what I want for this, but it may not be your cup of tea for whatever you're doing. So I'm going to do that. I think I want another one of those ribbons in there, but I don't know if I have any. I have this burgundy, and I can put that in there. All right. And I think that is going to be enough. Now, the one thing that I'm going to add to this is this gold kind of ribbon. And I've got to find the end. Here it is. Okay. And I'm going to put probably a couple of those in there, because I do want to, there's going to be a lot of this kind of gold on the journal, and I want to make sure that I am adding a little bit in my tassel. So it all kind of goes together. Okay, so now the hard part here, which isn't really hard, but is we've got to kind of, now that I've cut them all, I kind of want to line them out. Let me get all my ribbons out of the way so they're not falling on me. Okay, so now I just kind of take them, and you want to kind of mix them up, because you'll have too many close to each other if you're not careful that are the same. And see, they're all different. These are probably longer than they need to be, but that's okay because we're going to cut them. And we just keep adding to our pile, and I mix them up here. This is where I go make sure I don't put the same ones, you know, basically in the same place or the same kind. So, and I think about texture too when I'm doing this, you know, adding the different textures and kind of mixing it up. I think I want to put that there. And even though it's all kind of mixed up, you want them, okay, that should come down a little bit, and that'll go up there. And probably I'm going to put that there. Then I'm probably going to put that there. And then I'm probably going to put that there. And I think I'm going to move this back over here. Okay, so this is pretty much what the way I'm going to do my tassel. And the way that I tie it is I take, and this adds more fiber too, so I take some eyelash trim, and I don't know what color I'm going to use. I think I might use black, because I think black would look really cool. It is a big hot mess, so yes, I know I could be more organized, but you know what? I'm not. So I'm going to take a big old long double piece here, and I'll probably put more on there too. And I can put other colors. I don't just need to put one. So I got 2 black ones to start, and then maybe I will take, I have lots of colors in here. I might just take some white. I think would look good in there too, or beige or whatever, you know, just because it adds the texture. So okay, maybe red. Yeah, we'll see how that looks, and then we might call it a day there. So I will put that over here. All right, so anyway, then what you do is I take my, let me get my eyelash trim. I take it and I go across that way like that, okay? And then I take all of my tassel ribbons, and I try and find, you know, somewhat the middle. And all I do, let me look at this, make sure it's pretty good. And I just take these and I find the middle, and I tie a tight knot, as tight as I can get it without breaking the ribbon here, or the string. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, oh, let me get I love my little tweezers for this. Let me find them. Where did they go? Here they are. This works great if you're trying to tie something tight. You put these little tweezers on there, and they will hold it. It's like having another pair of hands, okay? And then that way you can kind of keep it tight. And anyway, so then I just tie a knot, okay? And if you want to, you can go around it a couple times, just to kind of, you know, make sure it's in there strong. But, you know, this stuff is reasonably strong. It's a synthetic type yarn, so it's not going anywhere. And then tie a knot again. All right, so basically what you've done is you have just tied in the middle all of your ribbons, okay? Then what you're going to do is you're going to take one end of this, okay? And here I'm going to cut this down, a few pieces that are sticking out that are way out ahead. We're going to trim it, but not all right now. And that's just to help you on the one end. And you're just going to take this and put it through this little thing here. And it seems like it won't fit, but it will, I promise. I kind of just twist it a little bit. And you'll have some stragglers that don't go in there, and you just punch them through there later. And get that through, okay? Get as many as you can through the first little try. And I think we got them all, okay? And then you just kind of pull it and get it all the way through. And you try, like these are kind of bunched together, which is not good. You want them in different spots, so I move them around a little bit, okay? And you just kind of pull them and work them all the way through. And you want to get your little ring to the middle where you had tied it, okay? Right here. That's the goal, okay? And you just keep pulling. All right. Now, if you're using one of these, you can avoid pushing it all the way through, because what you're doing is you could just take this and put it around like that, okay? And so there you go, you're done, okay? But if you're using something that's closed like this, or like this, or what I'm using, you have to, you know, you're gonna have to push it through, which is really not hard, guys. It really isn't. But that's you know, that's a choice you can make. So anyway, there we go. So that is in the middle right there, okay? So pretty much at that point, I take my two little string things here, okay? And I can kind of keep them where they were before, okay? Off to the side. And I take my tassel and I kind of, you know, pull it like that, make it taut. And then what I'm going to do, now here's my little round thing. I keep that on top. And that's going to be basically the top. And I have it on the bottom there. So this is it. And I have it facing down. And I'm just going to pull these two together, okay? To where this is on top, okay? And I have my strings out to the side. And this is why that's important, okay? What you're going to do next is you're going to take all of this, these two tassel sides right here, and you are going to just hold them together and try and keep these out, because you're going to need them in a minute, okay? They can go up to over here. It doesn't matter. You just don't want them mixed in with your ribbon, okay? So then you just kind of hold this down like that, okay? And I kind of twist mine a little bit. Here, I don't want this out there. I want this kind of inside. If there's some ribbons somewhere you don't want them, this is your chance to kind of move them. Like I'm going to move this to the bottom. I kind of want my lace on the outside. So I kind of just did that and moved them around. And so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take this just like that, okay? And I'm going to take one of these, probably the one, it doesn't really matter which one you take, okay? And what I do is I wrap it around as close as I can get to the top, okay? And I just go around a few times, and you're trying to keep it, you know, tight, and there you go. Go around a few times, all right? And you're pulling it tight as you go. Then do the other one and go the opposite way, like that, okay? And I'm pulling it as I'm doing it, and I go around a few times with that. And then, now that you've done it both the opposite way, guess what you're going to do? You're just going to tie a knot. And this is where I use my little tweezers, because you want to make it as tight as you can. And I will go ahead and just take this. And now I have broke these, you know, because there's a limit to how much, you know, they're going to hold. And I'll just go ahead and just tie a knot. Let me get them together first. I know it's kind of hard to tell on this eyelash trim because I know you can't really see real well. But I am just going to basically tie a knot. That's it. That's all I'm doing. Okay. I've got one going one way, one the other way, and okay. And I'm going as tight as I can. I'm going to go ahead and take these little tweezers to hold it. You don't have to do that, but it helps, I think, keeping it tight. And then I just tie another knot, okay? Maybe one more for good, you know. All right, so then all I do then is that then these little things have become part of my what do you call it, my tassel, okay? Now, if you want to add more, like I probably want to add a few more. I usually add those. Here, I'm going to cut this in half because I want to do this kind of 50-50. Yeah, that's too long. Let me see. Yeah, probably about right here. I cut it a bit too long. And what I will do is I'll take this and I'll wrap it around. And now you could add this in part of where the ribbon part is too. I've done that before. It doesn't really matter. However you want to do it. Okay, so I've got the white in there with that. And then maybe I want to put another black one. So then I will take that and I'll put that in there. And I like to wrap the eyelash trim around a little bit just because it kind of makes the top of the tassel look kind of cool, I think. And then there we go. Where's the other side? I'm getting mixed up with the ones that I already had. That's not it. That's not it. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. There it is. Okay. So then I'm going to tie that. All right. So I've just added some more on the top, and you don't have to do that, but it's really to whatever taste you have, okay? Now, here's our tassel, and all we have left to do at this point is you can kind of move your ribbons around. Like I think those two turquoise ones are too close together. You know, you just move them all around. I trim mine at that point, and the way I do it, I just kind of pull it, okay? And I will do like a haircut that's, you know, not close. Just kind of get it close together. All right. And obviously I missed a few. And then I'll kind of do it again. And it depends on how precision you want it. I mean, you know, you can decide how perfect you want it or how imperfect you want it. And then now we can go and get, oh, come on, get the ones that are kind of stragglers and just kind of go and get them all, okay? Now, if you want to, you can go through and you can, you know, cut the ends of your ribbons if you want them to be, you know, go like that. I'm not going to do that, but you can do that, okay? You can come on your, I might do this on the lace because it's kind of wide. I usually only mess with the things that are really wide and, you know, kind of do like that. Just to kind of finish it off. It's up to you. You decide how much you want to do. I do think that looks better on these, so, and I'll go through and do all these. Anyway, I hope everybody is having a good weekend. I am recording this early, so it is the weekend for me. You may not see it then, but I hope you either are having one or had one. I don't know when I'm going to have this out. I kind of have my stuff all mixed up now because I have made a decision that these, instead of just doing videos specifically for tutorials and stuff, I'm just gonna do what I need to do and turn on the camera and record. And if it's something you want to watch, you'll watch it. If not, you know, I don't know what to say. Just don't watch it. But that way I can, you know, allot more of my time to maybe making journals and stuff, which is, you know, the reason I started doing this is that it's fun to make journals and I want to have time to do that. I'm probably not going to do anything to these right here because I think they look pretty cool the way they are. These are little extra pieces. They're too small to keep. If they're a good size, definitely, you know, keep those because you can make your little snippet rolls with that. Anyway, that is it, guys. That is as easy as it is. Now, this stuff right here, it really is bad at fraying. So I do take a little bit of glue. I put some glue right on the end. And this is my 3-in-1. It does a really good job. And that just keeps it from fraying. Anything that might fray, you might want to do that. This stuff is really bad about unwinding. So I should have 2 more over here. And after you do that, it works great. I mean, you can use something like Fray Check if you want to, but honestly, this works just as well. Okay, so then after that, you just have to decide how you're going to clip it to your journal. I usually just take, you've got your little thingy on top. I usually just take my bulb pen, I put it through there. As I said, as big as this is, it's very lightweight. I didn't put any kind of beads or anything like that on it because a lot of times I hang my boho beads from it and stuff. You could definitely do something like if you have some chain or something like that, you could add that and then put some beads or whatever. I'm not going to be doing that, believe it or not, because I have so much going on that I don't even know if you would notice it. So anyway, so I just take my bulb pen and I put it on here, just right through the hole. And then this goes on the back of my journal. I just clip it on. So it comes on and off. And there's my really, you know, big fluffy boho journal tassel. And wasn't hard to make, super easy. You know, just use what you have. And then, you know, honestly, if you're making something that is understated, then you can put different, you know, just like different types. If you're doing a pink and white, you just do that. If you're doing blue, you know, whatever. You don't have to do something this colorful, but the way you do it is the same. Like when I do shabby ones, I will put different types of you know, ribbon and just maybe pinks and beige and whites and maybe a little bit of gold ribbon or something, and that it has a completely different look. So anyway, that is it, guys. So I don't really know anything else to tell you. I know I've done this before, but I thought I would just do it again. And I think this is, you know, tassels are really fun jewelry for your journal. Especially when you make them removable, because I know they can be annoying if you're trying to write in a journal. But when you make a big elaborate tassel like this and put it on, it just sets it apart, I think. So anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you guys are having some time for some crafting. I have just decided to make time for me. I have a lot of things I'm trying to get done, but somehow when I don't find time for crafting, I get kind of grumpy. So anyway, you guys take care, and I will see you next time. And I will be doing a few more things on jewelry for your journal. And so I think next time I'm going to be doing using your old jewelry and, you know, harvesting that. I think I did a video on that a while back, but I didn't actually go through how you do it, just that, you know, you can do it. So, all right, I'll see you again next time.